Today we're back in Therein books, and we are working on the teen section. I really wanted to have a section like this in the bookstore, but at the same time I was also struggling with the fact that there weren't a lot of places where books were for sale, and that was my whole original complaint. So I went ahead and added another full bookshelf here, kind of as a wall, and I added additional shelves that will have books for sale on the other side. I wanted to make sure that there were books kind of everywhere, because there's even books like in the toddler room, it's just not necessarily for sale. But at the same time, even though I wanted more books, having the teen area was really important to me. I just felt like it's something that needs to kind of exist in bookstores. There needs to be spaces that are kind of inclusive for a younger audience, because that's what is going to get them into reading, if anything else is going to. It's just having a place to hang out that is kind of just for them. And also, I like the idea, like you see at Barnes & Noble and stuff, there's almost like a merch area, but it also has like anime and manga and things that younger audiences are going to be interested in addition to like the young adult section. So that's kind of what I was inspired by. And I know I've said this a million times by now with this neighborhood, but it's a small town. It's owned by a local. They're gonna want to have kind of a space for teenagers to hang out as well. And I know you're thinking, well, but putting a bunch of merch behind a solid wall with teenagers and you can't see is a bad idea. Well, I thought of that. And actually, I think that the owner did that on purpose. That she kind of lets the teens self-govern. If merchandise starts to go missing, she will take all of this out and she'll just put bookshelves in so they won't have this kind of hangout spot. And I don't imagine like older teens will probably hang out here. This is probably very much younger teens that can't really go anywhere else and don't really have a lot of money. So they kind of hang out here. There's some music, there's some chairs, they can do homework here. There's not as many chairs as I wanted, but it's fine. I sacrificed chairs for bookshelves, and it's a bookstore, so I think that's fair. The layout I did struggle with a bit, I'm not gonna lie, because I knew I wanted the merch shelf and I wanted it to be kind of cool and cute, but I just didn't know where it would go. And yes, I'm obsessed with those chairs with the daisies. Leave me alone. Don't judge me, they're cute. That's all I have to say about that, they're cute. I like that pink shelf too. I used it in Angela Pleasant's bedroom, and I knew that I wanted to use it again, like in a cool store type environment, and that's why it came here. I also put that little blue one. I like the idea of the books on that, like, or it's purple now, but on that shelf actually being free to read if you want to. And like those are the only ones specifically that are free to read. You can't check them out, but you can read them while you're there and not be hassled. And I wanted to use these paper cranes because I just thought they're really cute. And so I hung them kind of above the table. That tree was getting, a lot of things were getting in my way while I was trying to decorate, and I was very frustrated. I was like, just let me live, will you, please? One of my biggest struggles though was trying not to make like a hyper feminine sort of space, which is really, really difficult with pastels. I didn't want it to be like a spot that I could only really see like teenage girls hanging out in. I wanted it to be no gender involved. This is a non-binary teen area. I don't know. Now I'm just kind of picking out what's gonna be on this little merchandise shelf. I like the idea that I did it in the museum as well, of having some things that are made by, you know, people in the area, maybe actual teens, especially like the beaded jewelry and everything. Maybe the shop owner lets teens sell stuff here, kind of free of charge. And again, it makes them almost proud of the space and not want other kids to mess it up and mess up the whole setup for them, because it's a sweet setup if you want to hang out. The merch was hard to pick too, because I wanted like some decorative items, but I didn't want too many. I really wanted that chess set, because I feel like that's something you find at a bookstore. So maybe some desk deco. I really liked this thermos thing because those are like really popular. So I've heard on like the TikTok. I don't know. I don't have TikTok. And it's not because I'm against it, it's because I know how my brain is, and I am the exact person that TikTok is for. I'm the kind of person that would open it for 5 minutes and then 10 hours later be like, what am I doing? I have done nothing else. It's problems, that's why I don't have it. So yeah, I put some candles, some cool lights. I like that little Mona Lisa bag, little sticker box. Just simple stuff. Again, I was trying not to make it too girly, so like there's the Sixam owl, there is like an airplane, just different things. I'd be trying. I really wanted to include the typewriter, but spoiler alert, I am not able to keep it. It's very, very sad. Be sad for me. One thing I don't like about this pink shelf is the fact that normally with a shelf like this, I can pick one OMSP and use it for all the shelves, but not on this one, not on this one. They're all different. They're just different enough that I had to keep finding the right OMSP. Not ideal. So I do turn that snow globe around. I didn't realize that it was faced the wrong way for like a minute or two there. Yeah, see, now I have to pick a different size. I'm like, is it a 9? Is it an 8? I really like how this turned out. I just think it's really cute. And it's a space that I can see teenagers hanging out in or wanting to hang out in. It's also like right by the coffee shop. So they can hide back here and, you know, people who are shopping the store aren't going to stare at them. They can have their little drinks. I would have loved to have hung it up. Like, if I had one of these where I lived as a teenager, this is where I would have been. Like, no lie. It would have been so nice to just have a spot. Because, like, libraries, it can get kind of awkward, and then, like, sometimes bookstores just don't seem like they really want you there. They think you're there to steal or whatever, and it's just, you feel very observed. And I don't know about you, but as a teenager, I was probably one of the few teenagers that wanted to be at a bookstore and, like, read and buy books and things. And so the kids that are in bookstores are not there usually to steal stuff. Just leave them alone. So I realized that was backwards. I really like all these candles. I think that they're, like the flower ones, I think they're conversions from the Pastel Pop Kit. That green one is actually from Sims 1. Somebody, I think it's Crispin Garrison made it. And yes, I put the little slime. Leave me alone. I love those D&D figures, and if I can sneak them in anywhere, I will. And then there's the erasers, and just like the little markers, and a Rubik's Cube type toy. I also wanted the dominoes. I know they clip, but you can't really tell, so it's okay. And then I also wanted the Henry Puffer castle. I think it's cute. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I was so scared it was going to crash the whole time. I was like, please don't crash, please don't crash. I gotta use that little acrylic table. And for some reason my recolors of that speaker were not in the game, but it's fine. At first, like, I had too much to go on this tiny table. Like, I wanted there to be, like, arts and crafts and things like that. Like, it just, there was too much. And then I wanted to use this before I realized it was a calendar, and most people probably aren't, like, setting up their calendar, like, in a store. It's meant to be homework, so. Instead, I just went with the one notebook, and then there was another one that kind of, like, just looks really messy, and kind of honestly how my notebooks look like when I was a teenager, so I was like, yes, perfect, ideal. And then because it was so small, I really had to narrow down what I had. But I do put a cell phone up there. some books and things. And I also really wanted to have this backpack that's just like on the ground. Because yes, they do respect the space, but they're a little messy sometimes. It's fine. And then that dang thing just wanted, because I didn't have anything on the table, so everything just wanted to slot to the top of the table. And then I wanted this little like university merch bucket thing. I just felt like it was a good thing to have in that area. And it needed a rug, but I wasn't sure where to go. And I think I used a rug that I've probably used before already, but I don't care. It's super cute. It's also from the Pastel Pop kit. It's like the pink cow print. And it's so cute. It's so cute. And it's not quite the right size for the room, but I don't care. Once I remembered that it existed, I was like, no, this is the rug. I take no criticism, this is the rug. Which, again, I'm trying not to make it hyper feminine, but in some ways, I suppose it's a little too feminine for the teen boys. It's fine though. And then I had a ton of these pillows. Too many pillows, because I knew I wasn't going to put it in any other rooms. They were specifically pillows for like the teen area. And yeah, I had way too many, because I didn't know if that was going to have couches or a bunch of separate chairs. I decided against the couch, because then you're probably going to get some canoodling, and the person who runs the shop doesn't want to be responsible for that. I do get rid of that daisy pillow on the floor, but God, it's so cute. And that dang thing kept getting in my way. I was very irritated with it. I was just kind of looking around to see if there was anything else. And then this plant, I was desperate to put it in this room. I can't have one in real life. I mean, I might be able to. I'm practicing with a regular Monstera. The reason why I think that I can't have one is if they don't have the right light, that pink goes away. Because I have purple plants right now that turned green because they weren't getting the right light, and I'm very upset about it, and I'm trying to get them to turn back purple. But in the meantime, like, these pink plants are expensive, but people don't realize that they don't stay that color. So I'm like, I'm living vicariously. And yes, I do get it in the room. I have to do some rearranging. I kept taking it out and then putting it back in and then taking it out, and I'm just like, no, I don't, none of these plants are right. I want the pink one. I almost went with my classic fiddle leaf, and I was just like, no, it's not right. I want the pink one. Here I am again going, maybe I could just, no. And then maybe I don't care about clipping. No, I care about the clipping. I was thinking about it this entire time. I'm like, well, I'll grab lights and I'll think about it. But yeah, like, it's not a super complicated space. I'm happy with it, how it turned out, but it wasn't difficult, or it wasn't a lot of thought process. It was just mostly figuring out what worked. And trying to get that freaking plant in this room. I will say, just because I don't think I've talked about it yet, my baby cat is doing very well. He's recovering nicely from surgery. He is being an absolute monster, because now he does not have pain pills, and he's just parkouring and just going ham everywhere. I'm like, stop it. Like, you just had your insides rearranged. You need to chill. And he says no. So it's good, but also not great for me right now. I wish that he would calm down. But he has to be in confinement. I'm keeping him in confinement till the 30th because he has to have the cone on for 14 days. And I just don't want to risk having him out, because I feel like immediately he'd start trying to wrestle with the dog and she'd end up taking the cone off, and it's just, I don't want anything else to happen. I want him to heal up and be fine, so he's staying in the bathroom. And he can be mad about it all he wants. This is his fault. That string of lights is actually made to go on a specific mirror. I don't use it, but I really do enjoy that piece of CC. Although the plugin ends up, like, it's too far forward. And it's fine, but just, it annoyed me slightly. And I put motivational posters in here. It just feels like something you would see in, like, an area geared towards teenagers. And then these hanging things that I just think are cool. I think they're neat. And I have so many recolors of them, just like, because I don't get to use them all the time because I don't want every house to have them, but I have so many good recolors and I don't want to give any of them up. But I just went with like the classic wood ones. And then it was time to find more plants. I didn't go for those on purpose, I just remembered that those were in that color. This is really the only wall that I can put art on. But I could also see that like pink flashing was starting to happen. I was like, it's making me nervous. So I was like, I'll just find a mirror. I love that big round mirror. That one I think fits better, or that mirror that I just had. But it didn't fit the lights, and I wanted to keep the lights. So the struggle was kind of real. I think I ended up going with the Maxis mirror that you can kind of drape the lights over and they're fine. But yeah, I was getting really nervous. I'm like, please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. Because I hadn't saved. You think that I would learn by now, but at the same time, sometimes you just gotta start building and decorating and doing what you gotta do. I probably could have cut some of this out, but I didn't want to, so you get to experience the mirrors with me. This is the one I ended up going with though. You see how you can see the plug going through the plant now, but I was just like, no, I don't care. I did care, and I was gonna try, and then I was like, oh no, I'd go with this one, that's right. But yeah, the plant has an outlet through it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then the last thing that I needed to do was put curtains in. Which I don't have a lot of curtains, which is kind of upsetting. I really don't have a lot of curtains that fit these windows either. So I had to like go through. Goodness, excuse me. Oh, that big yawn. I'm so excited. I'm recording this on a Friday, and this weekend we're doing my office. And I've decided it's just going goth because I am painting a piece of the wall black. I'm putting up very dark gray, almost black wallpaper. Yeah, it's gonna be an experience. The desk is gonna be like, it's painted black, but I've got color changing spray paint that's like teal and purple. So it's not gonna be like super dark, but it makes me laugh to say it's going goth. I haven't decided. There's a wall with a window right to the left, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna paint that one as well. I kind of need to get curtains. I've been putting it off, but I hate the blinds. They're so ugly. I hate blinds. Like they're the vertical ones that just break and fall down and get twisted up, and they're awful, and I hate them, and I don't understand why anyone ever puts them up. But at the same time, if I block that, because I would probably get light blocking curtains, then I have to make sure that the lighting is not too bad. But hey, I found curtains in the game that I liked. And again, I didn't want it feminine, so I didn't want pink ones. So I'm happy with the compromise that I came up with of these like feathery blue, gray, yellow ones. Fits with the pastel, but it's not too pastel. So yeah, this little bookstore is coming right along. We really just have, I think, 4 major areas and then the outside to do. We have the author area, we have the kind of front desk, the bathroom, the book area, and there's like a reader's nook, but other than that, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think of this lot. I really do appreciate your comments, suggestions, all of that. If you liked the video, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.